Jaylin, obviously in that second half, you guys were struggling to kind of make a deep shot. It looked like the App State game for a second, but then you hit that huge three at the end. I guess, kind of from your perspective, you've been through so many games like this. What did it take to make that big clutch play at the end of it?
Yeah, like a couple plays before, BP and the staff was telling me to take the first shot because I had the same exact look. So I knew as soon as I caught the ball the next time, I was like, man, I done lost to these dudes too many times. I got to knock this down to seal the deal. So.
Jaylin, what was it about that defense kind of picking y'all up at half court that was difficult to crack sometimes?
Their defense? I just think because they're kind of long, they're athletes, they're SEC players, and they just played really hard like they've always played. It just wasn't nothing really special. Like that's what we knew they was going to come in and do. So.
Stay on the far left.
Jaylin, just through this eight-game win streak, you've been on a really impressive tear. Just what's, I guess, been working for you through this win streak?
I don't know. Actually, like before games, I actually haven't been feeling like well. Like I'll like wake up in like a little bad mood, but like it's working. So hopefully I wake up every morning in a bad mood and keep playing the way I'm playing. So.
In the front line.
Jaylin, coaches expressed his confidence in you being able to pull the trigger. What were you seeing out there tonight in terms of shot selection and choosing your spots?
So those guys, like, they switch a lot. So we knew, like, the slips and those things were, like, open. And I trust my coaching staff and my teammates in making those plays. And a lot of them, we knew, like, they fly balls, like ball fakes and all those things. So we knew those things. We moved the ball around. We knew good things were going to happen.
Stay in the front right, Ryan.
Jaylin, I believe that was your 100th career win. Was that one of the biggest shots of your career, you feel like, that three?
Definitely. I feel like that's one of the biggest shots in my career for sure.
What does that mean to you to make a shot like that in such a big moment?
I mean, to me, it was just another shot, I practice that shot all the time, like before practice or after practice, so it was just like another shot to me, but obviously it was big. Texas A&M, again, like, they beat me up pretty well the last few years, so it was good to just make that shot, and I had confidence in that one, so and it went in.
We got two more on the left. Matt and
Go for it first, right?
Jaylin, only 10 second chance points for them. They got a lot of offensive rebounds, but what was working for you guys to be able to keep them from being able to put the ball back up when they got the offensive board?
We knew once those guards or whoever was that first shot was going to be like, they trick them off a lot, but we knew we had to hit the guys coming in like Garcia and Coleman. Like, we knew those guys were very physical and strong, so we just tried to do better in that second half of just hitting them, getting them out the way, and just being physical. Just even a little nug would like affect like their timing of layups and putbacks. So that's what we were trying to do.
I guess following up on that, you guys did not allow a basket for the final 9 minutes and 15 seconds of the games. How do you guys pull that off?
Dang, maybe we should just stop fouling. We went by 20. Just sticking together, trusting. Like again, the coaches trusting in us to keep those guys in front as best as we can. We fouled them a little bit down the stretch, but like we knew like just if we stayed in front of those guards, like they couldn't beat us. So.
Jay, well, thank you. If you want to go to the left. All right. Mr. Janano, take your radio. All right, questions for Coach Pearl. Starting in the back, we've got two back row.
Hey, Bruce, obviously.
Get the mic, please. Thank you.
Hey, Bruce, obviously the game felt closer than the final score indicated. Can you just talk about the physicality of going up against an A&M team coached by Buzz Williams?
Well, I think one of those things that makes Texas A&M so successful, obviously, is their coach. They don't play, nobody else in the league plays quite like they do, especially in the defensive end. With their 1-2-2 press that they can ratchet it up and kind of, versus us, they just sort of contain it, which slowed our breakdown. And then they disguise pretty well, whether they're in man-to-man or zone. They're hard to play call against. They switch all the time. So it basically cuts about 75% of your playbook completely out. And so we were having a hard time finding things that would be successful. Stephen Pearl had the scout and did an outstanding job. When you hold a team in this league to 55 points, when you hold a team in this league to 39% shooting, when you hold and I challenged my guards. But Wade Taylor is the preseason SEC Player of the Year. He was 2 for 16, 0 for 8 from 3. And so, I mean, yeah, we sent him to the foul line, but man, I thought our guards did a tremendous job defensively. And, you know, if we can continue to guard and get a little bit of offense from our defense, that's going to be the key to being consistently able to win each night.
Bruce, going into the final media timeout, this is still anybody's game. It's really close, and then you end up winning the game by 11 in the last 4 minutes. What does that tell you about this squad and kind of what they can do down the stretch in this season?
I do think they showed some poise. We took a great punch in the mouth from Texas A&M in the second half when they came back, got a lead, and we just didn't panic. We talked about in that last timeout, hey, man, you know, we were at that point, I think we were up 2 with, you know, 4 or so minutes to go. It's like, man, we're in good shape. This is a really good team. We haven't played great offensively, and we're in position to be in position. And just try to give those guys some confidence.
It's the same question on that final 9 minutes there. I guess kind of what did you see defensively, especially in the second half that you've talked about kind of needing to be better to hold them to no baskets?
Yeah, I thought our guys really competed to stay in front. I thought that, you know, there was again, we fouled them a few times at the rim. But, you know, and then we made some plays. We still made them. Chad Baker had a couple of big steals and a couple of turnovers against pressure. And so, you got to be able to make plays. We turned them over 19 times. And so there were a couple of key turnovers against pressure, and the under basket out of bounds, we turned them over. Chad made 2 big plays, 2 big possessions.
Mike, front row.
Coach, obviously it's early in the season. Again, before the season, you said that this would be the greatest balance of minutes that you've ever had on a team. Do you think this could be one of the best teams you've coached here at Auburn?
It's way too early to tell. This has been one of the hardest working teams that I've had. This team has improved more from the summer to the point we are right now, more than probably any team I've had at Auburn. So we're just in. We put ourselves in position. We got work to do. Great crowd tonight, unbelievable, fantastic to have the students back. This was a record crowd in the history of Neville Arena for our students. A record crowd. So it's that's for Texas A&M on a Tuesday night. We're in everything school.
Bruce.
Yep.
Just talk about the decision to play Trey, the minutes you did in the second half versus Aiden against their defense. Looked like they were trapping Aiden a good bit and just playing Trey the minutes you did. I
just thought that Trey was playing well. He played well at Arkansas and just had a little bit more experience. And, I think that was my call. And we got 2 good point guards out there, for sure. Dylan Cardwell could have played more in the second half because he played really well. Dylan played really, really well in the first half, and yet he didn't get quite as many minutes in the second half. And, that's what makes a great team.
Bruce, I wanted to ask about Jaylin. What was he doing so well to be able to break that defense? He had a lot of shots on the inside.
Well, we were slipping him off of some screening action. He was getting some slips because of switching everything. So that's why he was getting those. That's why he was getting those looks, money and stats.
Thanks,
Okay, guys, thank you.